I know I'm late, but I'm also on time, okay? Get into the waiting room music for Iyanla. Fix my life for this live review. Thank you.
World on my shoulders, so filled with stress.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jaylee. This is JLeesCorner. This is our review for Iyanla Fix My Life Season 8, Episode 2. Okay, yep, Episode 2. It was a good little episode, okay? This won't take long because again, we know Housewives of Atlanta season finale comes on tonight, and I may go live after that. I'm not sure just yet. We shall see. But I wanted to come for this video. I should have done it, girl. I should have done it earlier, but I was asleep. But anyway, if you have not done so already, please take a moment to subscribe to my channel to become a whole JayBird, and all that goodness and stuff. Okay, do not forget to like the video because it helps us so much. Thank you so much and stuff. Okay, so yeah, like the video, comment in the comment section for the replay. Also hit the little share button, share it on your social media. You can also follow me on IG and on Twitter at J_Lees_Corner. The link is always in the description box below every single video. Do not forget also to relax, okay? So relax, to relate, to release, to center yourself and everyone around you. Inhale and exhale because that's what we need to do on most days, okay? Yes, I am here, okay? This episode was about a married couple, okay? My shirt is fitting right. My dress on for it. But it was about a married couple, okay, who was having issues upon issues, mainly because they not up here being honest with each other, okay? We had Deidre, I think that's how her name was pronounced. And Idris. Okay, they're having marriage issues a lot. Okay, yes, me. But hello to everyone as you pop in, if you're in here, all that good stuff. Hello to everyone. Okay, I promise to be done by 8 to be able to catch Real Housewives of Atlanta because I hope the finale good. This season ain't been that well, but I mean, it is what it is. So we see Deidre, who's 35, Idris, who's 46. Okay, 11-year age difference. They got married after knowing each other for 6 months. Okay, they met at work, moved in together after dating for 3 months. Okay, then got married 3 months later. Okay, so I'm my girl, and then he moved in with her when they moved in together. That was already a red flag for me. So they've been married for 6 years. Okay, now between them, they have 2 children together. She already had 2 children. Okay, so she had 4 kids. He had 7 kids before they got together. Okay, so a total of 11 kids between this couple. Yeah, she is the stepmother and or mother to a total of 11 children at 35. Okay, I'm 39. She 35. 11 kids. Not me. Not on my watch. Now this cooch, now this though, I don't have time to be yelling at 11 children. Not today. Not ever. I can't do it. Okay, can't do it. What? Yeah, and the ages of the kids, their oldest is 29 years old, their youngest is 3 years old, and he's 46. Okay, girl, I was like, who told you to do that? So see, he's 46, his oldest is 29, so he had his first child at 17. Okay, but again, so since he's been having kids since he was 17. Okay, he's had 9 children, and since he was 17. Okay, fine. But anyway, that's a lot. I don't know how, because again, 6 years ago, he was 40 and she was 29. So even at 29 years old, how do you want to be the stepmother to 7 children? Girl, could not be me. I don't get it. So that for me was red flags. I felt like y'all didn't have conversation, before all this. I think y'all were both single, happy to be doing it or whatever. Let's not do it in sin and whatever. Let's move in together, get married. That's too soon. You can't move in a man and marry a man who already has 7 children. Something is up with that. Something is up with that. Because his 7 plus your 2, that's 9 kids. What kind of mansion y'all live in? Unless his kids with the mamas, and how many mamas does he have with those 7 children? Okay, I need the answers to those questions, but I didn't get them. Anyway, so yeah, 11 kids, and the couple is 11 years apart. Okay, do that math. Okay, that's algebra. That's trigonometry. Okay, it's something. It may be history. I don't know, but it still was crazy. And the 3-year-old girl, they keep having kids. I just don't want to do it. So we see they both come into the house separately. Iyanla has them blindfolded. She puts them in front of these doors. Okay, the doors say different things on each end. For ignore the little pile of clothes. I just got some new stuff in tours. So that's like a little pile of clothes I got to put up. You know what I'm saying? It's not like I just threw them right there because I ain't moving yet. But yeah, that's a pile of clothes, some new shirts from tour. Anyway, I just those they were still sitting there. But on my ottoman. But yeah, she blindfolds them both separately. Say, hey, get in front of this door, take your blindfold off, and pick which door you want to walk through. Okay. And so on her side, like, you married the perfect man. Okay. No, I'm sorry. No. On his side was, you married the perfect woman, or you married a terrible person, or you made your bed and now you have to lie in it. On her side, it's like, I married a knight in shining armor. I married a man who wanted me because I wanted to be chosen. Or if only you knew. Idris picks, I made my bed, I have to lie in it. And then Deidre picks, if only you knew. Okay. Honey, tour packages come so quick and so fast. And whatnot, I got another package coming that hopefully should be here in a couple days, but I can't wait Okay. Deidre brings up how his choice, because she then shows them what each person picked and what their choices was. And she says she's not surprised with this pick. He said he was not surprised with hers either. But a thing that she said was his choice reminds me of my father. Okay. How he was just, you would just try to make things work even when you don't want to be in it. Okay. Meaning I'm here, I might as well stay around, even though I do not want to be here. And then she brings up how, her saying, if only you knew means she deals with a lot being married to him. I'm like, he had 7 children. It was a lot from the beginning. I feel like a man with 7 kids, you should date him for at least 7 months before even thinking about, is this a relationship? Okay. Or do we need a babysitter? Like, how do you move a man in with 7 children? A guy I dated, he had 2 children. Okay. He had 2 kids, 2 boys, and we moved in pretty quickly. Okay. He was also, as I found out, an alcoholic. Okay. So he had to move out too. Anyway, that's a story for a different day. But again, you have to, just kind of lean into how quick do you move when they have too much baggage going on. 2 kids ain't that bad, okay, when it seems as if he's a good father. But you move him in, you find out other stuff, move his ass out, okay? Anyway, and we were together for a total of 6 months, okay? I ain't marrying nobody. That was weird for me. Anyway, so they then talk about how great their dating was at the beginning when they first met, how much they liked each other, whatever. It was a good time we had by all, because it was, look, the first 3 months of any dating situationship or whatever is the best time. Okay, y'all talking because y'all best representative is who's up. Okay, you bring your best self. He was his best self them first 3 months. Okay, it's the second 3 months that either can make or break you. And I feel like she saw things in him that she knew was bullshit, and she made excuses and married him anyway. You have to wait a full 6 months to even really see who someone is. Let that representative get tired and go away. Who are you on late nights when we is upset with each other, we want to fuss? Who are you then? She ain't know him and he ain't know her, so it was what it was. But again, they moved in together, meaning he moved into her house with her 2 kids. Okay, who was your 7 kids? I'm leaving that be. Anyway, she brings up how he brings up how he doesn't really think that she really wants him. Okay, I don't think she really wants me. And so I want to run. I want to leave this marriage on the same side. I can't do that because we have kids. I was like, sir, you had 7 children before you met her. You've already ran 7 other times. What makes this time any different? Okay, I guess it could be he loved this one. But again, I'm like, what the fuck? For him to say, I can't run because we have kids, you had 7 other children. You ran from at least one other, like you've ran before. So to me, that wasn't a good example of, oh, okay, you know what I'm saying, I can stay. No, bruh, because you've been running your whole life. But I'm gonna leave that be, okay? Ayana then asked him, do you really want to be in this marriage? Like, is this what you really, really want? And he paused and thought and did not say yes or no. And Yana was like, not saying anything means yes, you want to be out of this marriage. You don't have to say yes, I want it to be over to say it. It could just be, I ain't gonna say shit. Okay, I'm gonna let it be and let it be. And I'm like, no, ma'am. Okay, thank you, Yvette. It is sad, okay? She brings up how she wants to be in the marriage. Okay, she wants to be in. They both then admit that they both love each other, but neither of them is in love with the other. I'm like, have been married for 6 years, you're not in love? I was like, how? Was y'all ever in love? They say they want to get back to being in love, but I'm like, to me, I feel like it should take a lot for you to no longer be in love with your husband of 6 years who y'all have to. Like, I'm like, 6 years is not a short time. It isn't a long time either, but y'all should at least be in love, even if right now you're having difficulties. I do wonder if they don't understand you can still be in love with someone and not happy at the same time. Because right now it's hard, but you still, you still want to be with them. They both confused, if you ask me. I'm gonna leave that be too. Now they both also admit they both want to be out of the difficult part of the marriage, and that's their issue. They are having trouble times, and they don't know how to fix it. Whatever, they want to get past the troubledness of it all. Now, people always say 7 years of marriage is, the hard. That's the hard years. So it could be this year 6. Okay, so it could be they come upon that 7. It's gonna be trials and tribulations and whatnot, but they want to be done with the hardness of this union. They also have a business together, like an HVAC, whatever, a HVAC business, heating and cooling or whatever. And they both said how it was hard for them to work together. Okay, and I'm like, how? But it could be because y'all didn't know each other. Okay, they started the business 5 years ago. So again, they moved in 3 months, got married at 6 months, and they had a business together within a year. That's a lot. Okay, that y'all just kept putting on more and more and more without fixing the shit from the beginning. But I'm leave that be too. Now she says that we just don't work well together. Okay, the way he runs the business or whatever, like it don't work for me. And I'm like, well, it was weird because neither of them at first gave reasons to why the other one was bad in the business realm or whatever. But I felt like, that it was because they both want things to be ran their own way, and they don't listen to each other. They don't know how to compromise. That's what it was. Okay. Now he brings up how when he was trying to start the business in the beginning 5 years ago, that she didn't want to work. Okay. So he couldn't depend on her to help him out because he needed her to be working so that he could, I guess, start the business. He couldn't do that. That part was confusing to me, but I'm like, whatever. So from there, Iyanla kind of like, okay, let me talk to y'all separately. And she talks to Deidre first. Is her name Deidre? I don't know. That's probably the name here, so y'all know what it is, because I'm gonna mispronounce it all the time. She brings up how she likes how Idris was being honest about things for once. How usually neither of them say what they really want or think. So she was happy to hear him be honest and say he wants out the marriage or whatever, because she brought up how one time before within this year he told her he wanted a divorce. However, at that point, fine. Want a divorce, leave, be gone, I'm good. And so at that point, she was okay and ready for that to happen, but he didn't leave. They talked and cried, he never left or whatever, and then they stayed together. So she then admits how she is also financially dependent upon him. See, you cannot let no man pay all your bills, because you then have to stay because you can't afford to leave. So she brings up how now she is working to make her own money so that if need be, she can be her own. I'm like, you should have been did that, honey. Because he seemed like he's not responsible, honey. What are you doing? But I'm happy she realized she needs her own independence. Even if she stay with him, she still needs her own and whatnot. Okay. So she brings up how before marrying him, that he convinced her that he had grown from his past mistakes as a man and as a father. I'm like, how did he convince you of that within 6 months? How he do that? Again, they moved too quickly, because you can't convince me that you better in 6 months. Because for one, I don't know you from shit. It's different if I've known you for years or whatever, and now we're dating, and I can see who you used to be, that you're different. When you just met him, you don't know his patterns yet. You don't know what he's done yet. You only know what he's told you. So the whole he convinced me he was grown, he is different. No, you accepted the fairy tale. Okay, you accepted the farce, okay, the mirage of it all. You just accepted that and let it rock. I'm like, I couldn't do that, but that's just on me. So she brings up how she saw with them being together that he likes to blame other people for his failures. And I was like, including you, because he said that you were reading some things that did not work out. But I feel like, again, you move too quickly with this man, because I do feel like he is more of the issue. Not that she isn't an issue. He is more the issue because he's older. He's the man of the house. He should be the one trying to make sure that they're good, and he ain't doing that. Okay, he ain't doing that. And she wants to fight for the marriage, but like, I don't know what to do. I want to fight, but I don't want to fight. I want him, but I don't. It's a whole bunch of I don't know how to feel just shit because I'm just not realizing my feelings. I'm just now saying my feelings out loud. It's one thing to feel something and not say shit. It's something else to speak it out and then have to really walk through it. I think for the first time, she was having to walk through. I love him, but I'm not in love with him. What do I want to do? I don't know, whatever. And now she crying, I love him and I want to be in love with him again. And you know what I'm saying? That we, but I don't want to lose the family. I'm like, girl, it was just a lot. It was a whole lot and whatnot. Okay. Now, when y'all didn't talk to Idris alone, he brings up how he has never learned how to even choose or pick a woman, how his dad took him from his mom when he was 3 years old, dropped him off at his grandmama's house and left him there. The mom did not come back to get him, so he was 8 or 9 years old because she was going through the courts to get divorced and custody of him because daddy was crazy and violent and on drugs again. And that's the whole thing that people don't get. When your husband is crazy and violent and take the kids, you sometimes have to fight to get them back if he's crazy and violent. That can happen. But I like how Iyanla said that's not an excuse into how it made you feel. That may have been the situation, but it made you feel some kind of way as a kid that your mom and your daddy basically abandoned you in some way, shape, or form. And so in that regard, he never learned how to be an adult, a grown man, or nothing. Yeah, I do agree there wasn't any love from the beginning. I think it was lust, infatuation, and oh my God, we can get married, and that was really it. So, I don't know. But Iyanla tells him that, it seemed like you became a father before becoming a man. Because again, his first kid he had at 17. So he wasn't a man then. He was a dad, okay? And so he never really grew up in the right way to be a husband, to be a father, to be a man, because he didn't know nothing. He didn't know any better, okay? And he agrees that. He really, really agrees. He admits that at the time, at sometimes, currently in his marriage house, sometimes he's lonely and he, would not stay in it if things continue this way. But I'm like, but it also seems like you the issue. A little bit. He brings up how, it was her decision for them to start the business and how at the time she was pregnant and she wanted to quit working and to help him with the stuff. He did not want her to do that, but he went along anyway. And it made Iyanla realize, and me too, okay, so you like to blame people for what went wrong. You don't speak up because you said you didn't want her to do that. You knew it would not be good or whatnot, but you still let it happen. So that way you have a reason to blame her for you not doing something the right way. You like to blame other people and not take your own accountability for what you did or did not do. If you did not speak up, that is your fault. And he needed to own that you don't speak up and then things go wrong or whatever. And she's like, if you run your marriage, how you run your business, I see why you in this situation. Because you and her do not speak up. They both don't speak up at all. And we see that when she has the next little exercise or whatever of them together in the room, and she has like little cards of like, I don't trust you or you don't trust me, whatever it may be. And we see them start to be honest with each other. They both, it was like, first let's read the card, and then it went to, okay, well no, let's say some real shit. Okay. And excuse me. He says, and I'm gonna paraphrase what they both said to each other. He said, like, I don't feel like I can rely on you. I don't respect you as a business partner. I have to carry the financial burden of the family, and you don't get that at times. I'm also older and I don't have the energy to do everything sometimes, and that's my issue. She said, I feel like you're lazy. I don't respect you as a business partner either. I make excuses for you and your absence of laziness. You are unorganized. You sleep all the time, and you won't even allow people to help you when you need it. We have 5 years of back taxes that have not been paid or worked on. These fools have not filed taxes in 5 years. I'm like, how the fuck you ain't, how? How did that happen? What he then say, oh, what's not a big deal if we don't if the taxes ain't done because him saying I'ma have somebody do them or whatnot. Him saying I was gonna have he said I was gonna just let her do them, okay, but she never did them. And they like, did you tell her that? Did she know that was your plan was for her to do them and that's what they're not done? He's like, well, no, there was not a plan or a direction, right? So you purposely didn't do it then said you can have her do it, but then tell her to do it because you then say, I can't trust her to do it. So for 5 years, it just ain't done. The IRS is gonna be on your ass. Okay, bruh. Do you know that? I was like, I cannot. Um, it's just it was a back and forth of them blaming each other. But I do feel like the 5 year tax shit, I would have been pissed. You not finna get me arrested for you not doing the taxes. I ain't going to jail for tax evasion. Okay. And it's like y'all both need to be honest. You need to tell her that you don't even want her help in the business anymore. You need to say that to her and you haven't or whatever. But you also don't trust yourself to do shit, okay? And that's why the business fails. I was like, yes, they both are very irresponsible in many, many ways, okay? And somebody will say, I do believe it was a marriage of convenience. It don't mean that they did not want to be together, but I do think they both wanted the convenience of being together, even if they did not know how that would look. Okay, but it was very, very irresponsible for them to move in, get married, start a business, and so that means the whole time y'all have had this business, y'all have not filed taxes for it. That y'all going to jail. y'all are going to jail, girl. If she taxes wasn't done, she should have taken them out. Was there's a difference? If it's his business, she may not be able to do that. But it's the weird thing. They both like to blame the other one. It's like he wants her help, but don't want her help, and then she almost doesn't help. It's really dysfunction. It's some dysfunctional ass shit. Okay, truth be told. So we then see y'all both have not grown into your manhood or womanhood within yourself. Y'all both are incomplete as men and women. Okay, you don't get your womanhood, he don't get his manhood because y'all were damn near broken children or whatever. Okay, now she then, Deidre, tells him that you don't respect me as a stepmother. Okay, and she starts kind of nagging him about it and not really talking or explaining stuff or whatever. And she said, well, either you sleep all day, so they sleep all day, whatever. They sit there. What you do, they do. But how she was saying it, he wasn't even listening. It was going in one ear, not the other. So Iyanla was like, hold on, let's switch places. So she then sits down and she explains, like, there's a better way to talk to him so that he hears you, because he ain't hear you right now. And she's like, your sons will be the type of man that you show them to be. And I don't know what to do about that. That's how you talk to him. And you see, as Iyanla's talking, it clicks what she was saying. He's listening to Iyanla because of how she said it. And I love that she said, you have to be a woman when talking to your man. You can't be his mother nagging him. You have to talk to your man in a way that gets him to move how you want him to move. Otherwise, he ain't gonna do shit. That's why all these years he ain't did shit, because you don't talk to him in that manner. It's not like control, but it's control. And she didn't have that. She talks to him like a mother. She's a nagging mother because he's a lazy ass child. And that's their dynamic. She's the mama, he's a kid, and also a father, or also her father. It's stupid. It's stupidity is what it was to me. Okay, you can't be a mother scolding your husband like he's a child. That ain't how it works. That makes him not want to listen, because who wants to listen to their mama as an adult? Nobody. Okay. Now she tells him solo dolo that he needs her because no one, he said he only answers to himself. So that means no one else holds him accountable. And she's like, that's your problem. You don't have any, foundation in order to hold you accountable. And she asked him, what's his spiritual foundation? He says Islam. Okay, well, are you practicing? He says no. Oh, so you not only, you not grounded in shit. You don't answer to nobody. You don't follow. What is you doing, bro? You out here living life free willy, balled out? I guess so. But again, she lets him know you need to connect to a higher power or have a connection to something that holds you accountable, because that's why your ass is all out of whack, all out of sorts. Okay? So she also tells him, I told you that without her here, so that she could not hold that against you. I told you that in private for a reason. So when Deidre comes back in or whatever, they talk, and she brings up, Iyanla brings up how Deidre's father also was a drug addict, just like his father was. And she starts crying a little bit because the father always let her down. And Idris then brings up how he did not even know his wife of 6 years father was an addict. I'm like, how the fuck do you not know that? Because they dated too quickly and don't know shit about each other. And I was like, how do you not know your wife's past? That is a conversation to be had. And I like that Iyanla said, y'all have been playing house and need to go the fuck up. Okay, that's what y'all need to grow up, because ain't no way that your daddy was an addict or whatever, and you have these issues, and so was hers, and y'all have not had that conversation. Girl, the fuck by. So I do feel like, because she told them both to like write a prayer for each other or whatever, and I do feel like when she talked to them the day before, that they both were able to see, okay, it's okay for us to express the issues we have with each other. We can do that and whatnot. Okay, so I like that. The following day, when she's talking to Deidre alone, Deidre brings up how she feels like lighter and better today, because she has accepted some things about herself, and so she feels better. That she realized she's a bigger part of their issues than she thought before. That them working through how they both wanted to leave helped them, because they were able to say it, work through it, see how it felt, and then talk about the issues or whatever. How she excused her father's behaviors as a kid, the same way she does now as an adult with her husband. So she realized her issues and her faults in her marriage that caused it to get this far. I made excuse for my dad as a kid. So now, as a grown woman with my husband, I have been allowing him to be less of a man, less of a husband, less of a father, because I just like to make excuses or whatever. That's what things begin. That wasn't a good thing, because 6 years in, it's some bullshit or whatever. And so she also realizes that she mothers her husband a lot. And that's also an issue, because it means like they don't really have a husband-wife full relationship, because at times she looks at him as a child or as her father, and less as her husband, her lover, or whatever. And he sees her as his mama. Okay, always scold him, whatever. So again, it was good to see that she realized that, and that could be something to be worked on, so that maybe if she tweaks that, they won't have to separate. It's a lot of tweaking. It's gonna take a lot, but again, that's what it was. So Iyanla then has her like put on a little bonnet, a robe or whatever, and has her get in the mirror and say, "Look, you can't be walking around this house looking like that." And so you have to sometimes look like a woman to make him just want to look at you, because that's what keeps that spark going or whatever. You have to make him look at you as his woman, because that's what makes him listen to you as his woman and not as his mother. Y'all can't keep functioning with you treating him like a kid, or like he's your father. It got to be something different or whatever. So I want you to like feel the best you can feel or whatever. And right now your hairstyle is that of a 14-year-old kid. When Iyanla said that, I said, bitch, that's not nice. I mean, she had her natural hair, just pull, but I do that a lot with my hair because I don't feel like doing it. But I do feel like her hair did look like a 14-year-old did. Kid did or whatever. But I cannot believe she said it. And so they give her like a little makeover, whatever. Because like we don't need you feeling like a child with your husband. So we then see her talking to Idris, and his prayer was like, being thankful for his wife, as a lover, a partner, and a friend. And he was like, I want to grow into the person she needs me to be. It was real cute. It was real cute, real nice and whatnot. And so he cries as he reads it or whatever. And he realized he needs to change as well. That he needs to be the head of a household, and he needs to take that very, very serious. Okay, like, I know I need to take care of the business stuff. I need to do this and do that. I need to also Not wait for my wife to tell me what to do. I need to get grounded in this and that. And he accepts what he needs to change. I do feel like they both got great starts from what she told them. I do feel like if they take those lessons and apply them to their marriage and be honest with each other with things can get better. Talk to each other. Damn it. Okay, do that or whatever. And he know that he needs to be better as a person, as a man's husband. Boom, pow, pow. So when she walks in, honey, with her makeover, honey, when I say he looked like he wanted to eat her up, look, he was happy to see his wife. Okay, because that's her after. That's before. You see the hair? It was a 14-year. It was a child. What was that? But again, she looks amazing. Okay. Now I'm not too keen on people having to straighten their hair for anyone to feel as if that's an adult hairstyle. But I get what she meant. Sometimes get a little razzle dazzle, little sprinkle, you know what I'm saying, and look different, you know, man. Because he did look like I'm going to eat you alive as soon as I can. Okay, that's what it looked like to me, and it was cute to see him look at her differently. Even how they were sitting, you know, together was different. They were more close. Okay, how she leaned into him, how he made room for her to be close to him, and I like it. Okay, and they kind of looking all lovely into each other. It was a great ending to it, if you ask me. I do feel like as long as they, you know, speak the truth and start trusting each other, whatever, to be better, they can work. Okay, the bite is all better. Okay, he said, I see my woman. She said, I see my man. And that was it. And they both decide to be all in with each other. And that was the whole episode. Okay. So it do say that they are still together now. I'm saying that they worked on things or whatever, and they good. So that's good. So I mean, I'm happy, but it showed how they went from one point to the other point and realized how they both played a part in things and they want to change. I think that's the best part about this show is it's a stepping point. It's not a fix for real, but it gives people the tools to fix things on their own in their own life. And I liked it. Okay. So thank you, typical Tink. Happy, healthy Sunday. I pray everyone living in love and light. I hope so too. Thank you very much. But I'm going to end it here because again, I'm about to watch Housewives of Atlanta. I will talk to y'all later. Be good, be happy, be healthy. And I will talk to y'all tomorrow. Because I'll be live all this week, you know what I'm saying, like 8 and 9 for stuff. So I will see y'all then. Other than that, gotta go. Peace.
World on my shoulders, so filled with stress.